Hi everybody. Today I am feeling something with a capital F. While this is going to start off sounding a lot like my video entitled, I hate everybody that isn't me and maybe you, I promise we're not going down that route. I want to start off by telling a story. I have the most adorable, brilliant, sassy, loving god sister in the entire world. She's 12 now, which I can't even imagine. But when she was about 2, I was on the phone with her, and I asked her how my god sister was doing today. She took this big, deep pause and said, "Not well, god sister. I'm being fresh today." I said, "What?" She said, "I'm being fresh today." And I went hysterical laughing. Like, she owned it. She was disappointed by her own behavior, but that's what she was. She was being fresh today. And then she continued to tell me whatever it is that she was going to tell me when we get off the phone. I tell that story all the time because it amuses me, and I picture her little 2-year-old self just, meaning every word she said. Now, whether her mother had told her she was being fresh earlier in that day for whatever it is that she was doing, I assume that's what it was, but that child never ceased to amaze me. When I thought of that story recently, I realized that, like my god sister, I'm feeling something with a very capital F. Although fresh isn't exactly the word I would use. I am frustrated, capital F. And more so, fucking frustrated, because I love the F word. I use it in good times and in bad. I've been frustrated beyond belief. Frustrated with myself, frustrated with the world, frustrated. I feel like I have hit a wall of what I will put up with from my body. I feel like we are 2 separate entities. Me and this body that I am stuck in for now, we're not cooperating. And the girl keeps breaking down. And no matter what I seem to do to try to tune her up or get her going, she's failing me. And it's blocking what I want to do and how I want to do it. And I'm frustrated. Now, I know we all have our list of things that go on and just part of being human and whatever with your health. All little things, God willing. But I'm over it. I'm done. I'm 37, almost 38. And I feel like I need a break from my health. Like, you have some kind of rewards card, and after your 10th purchase, the next one is free. Well, I feel like I've punched that card. I've done my time, and the next one should be free. Like, I should get a free month with no drama from my body and get to do what I want and move forward in my life. I feel like that's not so much to ask. I mean, I spent 10 years damn right, damn flat out useless on and off. I feel like I paid my dues, maybe. I know shit's going to go wrong, but I mean like strep throat or like the flu. Things that you don't want to happen, but happens, and it's a short window. There's something to do, something to be done about it. You can take care of it, complain about it, sucks, but then you can move on, and then that's it. It's over. It's in the past. I don't have anything like that going on. Aside from the headache issues and the things that my neurological disorder will always do to me, this is what I'm dealing with now. I have cataracts in my eyes that are probably from the drugs that I took to, not die from the migraines. I'm in the process of trying to find a surgeon that I like. If my migraine journey has taught me anything, it's that you have to have a doctor that you like, that you're comfortable with, that puts you at ease and answers your questions, and doesn't tell you to, go on YouTube, which I swear to God, my past dog doctor said that to me. I wait an hour and a half to see him, and he says to me, Google it. Google it. I'm fucking sitting here. You know the answer, right? Or should you Google it? Like, where are we at here? I went to another eye doctor this past week in the city, and it turns out that was mostly just a waste of my time. It was very medical, clinic-y. It was a zoo. Nobody had any fucking information, and it wasn't even that it was crowded and crazy, and I had an appointment. It's that turns out I only needed a referral from my insurance. I needed authorization, which of course I did not have because I did not know, even though I spoke to 6 different people 6 different times before this appointment, Waited 3 months to get in. Whatever. Walked out. Going to try again in a couple of weeks. But I wanted to check that off my list. You know what I mean? Like, I had waited a long time. I thought I had done my research. I picked a place I thought I was going to be comfortable in. And now it's back on my list. I can't get anything checked off my healthcare to-do list. And I don't know why. But what's really been bothering me lately is I have a torn ligament in my foot. It's been about, I don't know, 8 or 10 weeks since it happened. I had recently started working out like over the summer again for the first time in a long time. And I have no idea what I did. I love the treadmill. That's what I was mostly on. And I guess I came down too hard on it. I don't know. I came home one night after the gym. I took my sneaker off and I couldn't stand up. I thought I was going to die. Of all the health things that happened to me and happened to you and whatever, I think the foot is what puts me over the edge, you know? I was so proud of myself and so happy that I was really going to get in shape, and I was finally motivated and finally well enough, and all of those stars seemed to align, you know? And I was really into it. I was hitting my stride. I was working back up to my prior endurance levels of years ago, years past, and this happens. Like, this happens. Now, with all the chronic illness I had and all the things I dealt with, I never did the, you know, the why me thing. The why me, why now, why isn't this stopping, what the hell. But I feel like I'm doing it more with my foot than I've done anything else. Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, I was doing something good. I was doing something healthy for myself. And I had you to take that from me? Now, the ligament's torn. I'm going to try physical therapy, whatever. My podiatrist thinks I might need surgery in the future if it doesn't heal. I think he's a schmuck, but I think it's going to just take a really long time to heal. I hate when people tell you like 4 to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. They just pull that out of their ass. They say that with everything, and it's very, very rarely true, especially with something like your foot. You're standing on it. Now, I'm off my feet a lot of the day. I try, but you girls got to live, right? Girls got to cook. A girl's got to do things. The thing about my foot is that, like, I'm not going to the gym nearly as much as I was going, obviously. There are other things I can do, but each thing I do in the gym still reminds me that my foot hurts because my foot hurts. My foot hurts 24 hours a day, no matter what. And I've got it bandaged and the insoles and the whole bit. But I'm not going to take medication all day long, as that will A, rot my stomach, and B, trigger my head, even if it's Tylenol. My body gets really used to any kind of medication fast, and with my head, even an anti-inflammatory or a Tylenol, if I take it too much, my head will rebound. So when I need to take it for an actual, well, not I'm in pain, but for something different for my head, it won't work. And I can actually end up causing myself more headaches. And so that's a fun thing. So I just grin and bear it. When I finally motivate myself to go to the gym, all psyched, I'm ready, fuck it, I'm going to just deal with it, I'll do the bike, I'll do this, I'll do something else, I'll lift weights. I stand up, and instantly I remember, oh, my foot. A couple of weeks ago, I was having a really crappy day, and I was really frustrated, and I thought to myself, no, you know what, Donna? Don't sit in the frustration, don't try to distract yourself with TV or something, do something else, just go to the gym. But blow off some steam, some energy, you'll feel much better. Sounded like a good plan. Except when I got to the gym and did the stationary bike, which I hate, but was doctor recommended and approved, my foot, of course, hurts. So the entire time I'm on the bike, I'm trying not to burst out into hysterical crying out of frustration. But it still hurts the entire time. So, like, if you're going to escape something, right, you want a break. I just need an hour, and then I can regroup and deal with all the other bullshit again. It's the entire time. It was all I could do to distract myself, because when you're in pain, how do you distract yourself from the pain? Well, I used to have this trick when I was dealing with my head. I would look at the clock for 15 minutes, like pick whatever time it is, 15 minutes from now. By that time, if I can get to 15 minutes, I will be okay, because that was about the average time I would take for my medication, my pain medication to sit in, and usually within a solid 20 minutes, I would feel better. So while it's unbearable right now and you feel like you're going to die, you know you're not going to. And if you could just hang on, right? Just a point to look at the clock, old school clock is that, because I don't know, something that the digital takes too long. And I would just stare at the clock, as I'm doing right now, and just watch it move. And just focus on a point in time, like pick a spot on the wall and stare at it. And then eventually it will ease, Something that, okay, 5 minutes, I've done 5 minutes, I'm getting closer, right? The end is in sight. And that used to work a lot of the time, because even though I was still in pain after 15 minutes and maybe even the edge hadn't been taken off, I knew I was closer to maybe feeling better than I was towards the pain originating. And recently, I hadn't used that tactic in a long time, but that came back into play. A couple of weeks ago, I had the worst abdominal pain I've had maybe in my lifetime. There are things called abdominal migraines. They mostly happen in children. I think I had one a long time ago. This is not what that was. But in terms of pain, I think I have a pretty high tolerance for pain. I hardly ever get Novocaine when I'm getting my teeth drilled, unless it's like a root canal or something. I haven't taken pain medication for my foot, and I'm standing on it all day long. I have a high tolerance. My head has taught me to have a high tolerance. But a girl has a breaking point. I was coming from a doctor's appointment. I was walking into Stop and Shop. I instantly started not to feel well. Now, I was super excited about going to Stop and Shop, and not because it might sound strange, but I love to cook, and I love to grocery shop now, because that's how I can find inspiration or whatever I'm going to cook, and I just love it. Okay, relaxes me. And so I was super excited. I had my list, and it was like a wave washed over me. And I thought to myself, okay, I don't know if this is strange, but just let it go. My body's been going through a lot of changes, hormonal and otherwise, trying to adjust from being off so much medication, birth control and stuff. So it's fluctuations. My skin, I didn't break out when I was 14, but I break out now all of the time, like whatever. My body does what it wants. And so I thought it was just cramps. And I was like, all right, that's not fantastic, but I can live with that, right? I start to feel hot. Hot has always been my body's way of preparing me for whatever's coming. I always feel a rush. My face turns red. If I'm going to be sick, if I'm going to throw up, whatever it is, I always feel hot first. And all of a sudden I was on fire. Not even like physically sweating, but like my face was red and I could just feel it. Something was coming and I didn't know what, and I had to brace myself. My first instinct was always to look for a bathroom, because that's my comforting space, and that's the kind of sick that I always get when it's affecting my stomach, but this wasn't that, thank God. But I was in the produce section, and I just thought, okay, I'll just take an Naproxen. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's like a strong Motrin. It'll stop whatever the hell this is, and that'll be that. I took the pill. A few minutes go by, I'm looking at whatever the hell it is I'm looking at, cranberries and nuts and stuff. And it was like a freight train that was coming and coming and coming and coming and not stopping. And I thought, what the fuck? Something is wrong. But more so than like, something is wrong, I have to go to the emergency room. Something is wrong, and I don't know what's not stopping it. Why am I not feeling better from the Naproxen? I don't know, some time had passed, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse. I've never felt pain like that in my life. I was with my mother, and at first I thought, maybe I'll just go to the car. But the thought of walking back through it, I wasn't really that far deep into the store, but just to get to the store, to the outside, to the car, which was not that far away, but I'll never make it. I didn't know what to do with myself, and I also couldn't imagine that sitting down I would feel any better. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to curl up, but, where am I curling up in the store? I was like holding on to the wagon. My mother's like, we'll just leave. And I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking leave. I want to get the things that I need. We need stuff, and I wanted to look at some things, and I hate giving in. I hate changing my plans. I feel like I've done it so many times, all my whole life, and I can't stand it. Plus, how am I going to feel any better going home? We're an hour from my house. Like, it's just never ending. We start walking through the store, And, I'm trying to distract myself and looking at things, and it's not working. So I take out my cell phone and I set the timer for 15 minutes. Right? Old trick. Just gotta give 15 minutes. 15 minutes goes by. It's worse, if anything. I set it again and again and again. I get midway through the store, I just remember looking at ginger ale for some reason. And I went hysterical crying. Now, crying in public is something I've done before. I think it's equal parts, I don't give a fuck what other people think, and equal parts, I'm in pain or whatever's happened to me and I can't control it. So I've never been one of those girls that shies away from emotion in public. And thank God. Now, I'm crying hard, but I'm not sobbing or screaming or anything like that. I just can't take it. I'm hunched over the wagon and I just can't. I can't believe that I'm in this kind of pain. And I'm just so angry. And I feel emotional about it right now, talking about it, because it's stupid, but so pissed. So pissed. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Not only am I in agony for God knows why, but it's another fucking thing, right? Enough. Enough. As it is, I'm walking on a fucking foot with a torn ligament that I'm hobbling around, right? Enough that, my head and my regular, acid, stomach, gastritis issues are finally at bay, right? Bad enough I have the cataracts and I have a glare problem when I'm reading and driving and everything else. Bad enough that I have a tooth that I had a root canal on and I have a partial in, but my fucking insurance company won't pay for the cap because some dentist I had 4 years ago was a moron, and of course no longer there, so I can't yell at him or fix the problem, said that I already had a cap on that tooth, which of course I don't. Of course I have the x-rays to prove it. Of course I've been sending paperwork, and so is my dentist appealing it. Of course they're still morons and won't change it in the system. Enough. It's just fucking enough. It's enough. When is enough enough? That's my real question. When is enough enough? Now, it's not that I'm trying to have a pity party or, you're supposed to count your blessings. And I do mostly, and I'm glad that it's what I have isn't, worse or more things. But it's enough. It's enough. Some people get everything. And I'm not saying I'm one of those people. But I watch the people in my life. The people that have had chronic illnesses. The people that have dealt with cancer. The people that have dealt with the repercussions of treatment from other illnesses. Or bad medical attention. And all of those things. And while I draw inspiration from their strength, in the same fucking breath, when is enough enough? I feel like some people live their whole lives and, they just going about it, doing their regular thing, and there's nothing interrupted. And some people just get bogged down with these other things and can't seem to get up from them. And I always find, for some reason, that the people that deserve it the least have it the most. That's a topic for another time. What I think now happened, because of other things that maybe too TMI for our talk today, is that I think I had a cyst in my ovary and it burst. I have no way to prove that even, so I don't know. But something was not right. And I was just in so much pain. So much pain. I set my timer, it turns out it was about a solid 45 minutes before I felt this much better. And I mean, can you see? That much better. Literally, that much better. I was still incredibly sore. When you've been in pain for something for a long time and the pain starts to subside, but you're still achy from it, it knocked you out. If you haven't, I'm really happy for you, but it used to happen to me all the time in my head. In chronic migraine world, it's called a hangover. If I had a really bad day, a really, really bad day of pain, days usually, if I'm being honest. The next few days, even when I wasn't in pain, it was like having a hangover, but even from alcohol, it would be from alcohol, except, without the fun that you had and without the alcohol. You would just be knocked out, just physically knocked out. And, you could, just walking. I have these memories of, trying to cross the street, just being out in public and be I have to lay down. And of course I didn't, I couldn't, but I can't even move. The trauma to your body, what pain does to your body, is amazing. Anyway, so I finished grocery shopping somehow. I didn't really lift anything, but made it back to the car. I put the seat, the heated seat on in the car, and even though that mostly just warms your ass, I guess I wanted like a heating pad for my back or stomach or something. I pushed along with the rest of my day. I went to eat. I went to do the other errands I had. By the time I was on my way home, I was like, just want to be home. Just want to be home. It's also that safety comfort issue. The other thing about having a pain that's new is that it sets a precedent. It sets a precedent for something that I didn't know was going to happen to me or could happen to me, and now it's there. And now I'm afraid of it. I had an anxiety attack on and off for like the next 3 days every time I left my house. Just because I didn't know what would happen. Sorry for the clock. To be out and vulnerable and exposed without my tools of the trade, even though I carry a fully packed bag. Check out that video. I didn't have a tool for this. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know how to stop it. I don't know to stop it from coming back. Now it's a Friday night. Sure, I could have called a doctor, but there's no doctors on a Friday. I would have go to urgent care of the hospital, and God knows I didn't want to do that. And I guess if the pain had persisted, I would have had to, because I don't even know what I would have done with myself. The next few days, I was crampy and achy and had some pain. I took some Tylenol. But I was nervous. I even woke up that night, 3 o'clock in the morning. I guess I had like a little regular cramping, and I took a Tylenol, put my heating pad on, but I started my eyes started to well up because I just thought, God, if it comes back, I don't know what I'll do. And I usually feel like that with a lot with my head. And even though this is something different, it's another thing. It's another item on my list. And I just really wasn't in the mood for it. I saw this thing on a show, and I actually recorded the 10 seconds of the episode because it sounded like brand new information, even though it's common sense. It was saying the character was saying something along the lines like, you always look at the mountains ahead, but we never turn around and see the mountains that we've already conquered. They say it, of course, more eloquently than I'm saying it now, but so true, And I'm feeling better. My F for frustrated is maybe medium-sized, a lot smaller than it was a couple of weeks ago. I realize I've had a lot of things that I've combated in my life, physically. I'm talking about health only right now. And, I had a broken back for a long time. I broke a disc in my back, I should say. I fell down the stairs. And it had cracked in 3 places, the disc. And the only place where it was intact was where it was connected to my spinal column, or I might have been paralyzed, paraplegic or something. They also told me it was going to take 4 to 6 weeks for me to feel better, until it was damn near a year before I could breathe or turn over in my bed or go to sleep without hysterical crying. When I start to think of all the times I've gone to bed hysterical crying or tried to sleep hysterical crying, that number is becoming more staggering by the day. But a couple of years ago, I fell on Governor's Island and sprained my elbow and my ankle, and that was a bitch. So, I know there are things that can be overcome, but sometimes you just need to be frustrated. Sometimes you just need to get it out. I find that talking about it gets it off my chest and off my mind. And lately, the people around me, their checklist is getting longer and longer by the day. And that bothers me too. Bothers me for them, bothers me for me. I guess also if it wasn't for the insurance world and all the things that it takes to actually get an appointment and get seen and taken care of. Like today I tried to get a flu shot at Walgreens. I was told prior that my insurance that would cover it would be fine. I went in today. Of course, it doesn't cover it. I have to go to my doctor's office. Ironically, I was already there this morning early, picking up a referral for my new eye doctor consultation, God willing, that this will go better. And I could have gotten it then, but of course I didn't know, and a whole bit, now I got to go back, and round we go. It's a never-ending cycle of bullshit. It's bullshit, but it's annoying. Tomorrow, I suppose I will call the dental insurance and pick that fight again. Tomorrow. I just really hope that something comes with my foot. I feel like I just need one thing to go well. in my column. Last couple of days, my head has been unhappy. It's been raining. My hormones are fluctuating again. It's doing like, I just want a little something to go my way. Want a little boost. So, if you're all feeling capital F frustrated out there, I feel you. I'm sorry. It sucks. But I guess what choice do we have? I'm going to sip my coffee. I'm going to watch a true crime documentary. Try to get my ducks in a row. And renew myself, steadily myself, for the struggles that are coming that I don't even know about. But hopefully they will be more manageable than what I'm currently dealing with. But I hope you're doing well out there, and I will talk to you next time.